This is another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD, a podcast about the passionate people who have a heart for students. Welcome to another episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. I'm your host, Jennifer Hines, and joining us today is the new principal at Dixie Elementary School, Angel Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad to have you on this episode. Tell us a little bit about yourself, because you have a very unique story in how you got where you are today.
Absolutely. Thank you for this opportunity. First and foremost, I would say that my story is a little unconventional. I grew up a lot like a lot of our students at Dixie Elementary, so I feel like I'm very hand-picked, hand-selected for this particular role. I myself started in education. I started substitute teaching at first, and I immediately knew right then that this was the role for me. This is what I wanted to do. And so I went into teaching and started my role at Alba Golden ISD. I have been so lucky and so blessed that at every district I have been in, it's been wonderful. I had a great experience there in Alba, and then I went to Van for the last 10 years and worked in Van ISD, and did a lot of different things there, a lot of important people impacting, my journey to this point. Yeah. And then here at Tyler ISD, I've been in Tyler ISD for 4 years. This will be my 5th year at Tyler ISD, and so just a great opportunity to learn all the different roles. GT certification, ESL certification, special ed certification.
You've got a wide background.
Absolutely. Felt like it was very important to dabble in everything so that when I did take a leadership role that I could do my best in knowing all the roles.
Absolutely. So you were talking a little bit about how you can relate to the students at Dixie. You grew up in poverty, and education was not a priority in your household.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about did you have teachers along the way that led you to want to teach?
Absolutely. Just people in education in general. Like you said, it wasn't the focus at my household. It was survival.
Yeah.
And my mom was really young when she had me, just a child herself, and a single mom just raising me and my 2 younger brothers. And so that can be a challenge in itself. And so I went to work at a very young age at a small diner in my small town, also picking peppers in a field with my custodians just to make a little extra money to help my mom. And so just very unconventional in that it was just very early on that I started. And so when I remember getting to high school, and my counselor, his name is Bill Giles, he asked me, where was I going to go to college? And I was like,
College? What?
Yeah. Like college.
Not even on your radar.
No, my parents didn't go to high school. So, college was not even a thing that we ever discussed. And he was like, well, we're going to work out a plan. And so he sat down with me, mapped out a plan for me so that I could graduate in 3 years and have a little bit of scholarship money. I, of course, grew up and I had financial aid through all of my college years. And so it led me to this point right here, being the principal at Dixie Elementary. So it was people like him, a lot of principals, a lot of teachers, a lot of counselors,
just helped you along the way.
Yes, just
and
so
now
many
you get
people
to come full circle.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And of course, you said you've been with Tyler ISD for going on your 5 years, but you were at Rice before that, assistant principal, dean of students. So you really have had a bunch of different roles to prepare you for this. Tell us a little bit about your leadership style. You have all of these different things coming together. What is it that you like about leading?
So I think for myself, when I was in education, just as a teacher, I knew immediately that I needed more knowledge of everything so that I could have a greater impact. So in my classroom as a teacher, I was just touching 23 kids, 24 kids. And so my principals always would use me as a mentor, and they would have me work with other teachers, so that I could work with them and impact on those kids. And so I thought, what? I really want to touch as many kids as I possibly can. And so that's why I felt like it was important for me to have a good idea of all these different roles. And so going into leadership, I think that it's important to know that it's not a title for me to be a principal. Like, I want to lead by just growing every person into being the best teacher that they can be, to have the most success for all of our kids. And knowing that I can impact every single kid, and by touching every single teacher, I feel like I have more, more. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I know you've got that philosophy of, leadership is more about listening. You're still constantly learning, and then lifting up others.
Absolutely.
So again, making sure that those
building
teachers,
the capacity in them so that they can also,
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about your, how you plan to develop relationships with the parents. We're in the school year now. Things are going well. What do you have planned there?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I think it's important to just, again, going back to that listening, building relationships. A lot of them are coming sometimes with, they're sending their very best every single day. And so it's knowing that I am there for them and for their kids. And so listening, validating the things that they're feeling, having that inviting atmosphere so that they want to be here, that they don't feel, some type of way about coming into a school building where they don't feel welcome, and that they are, and that it is so critical to have their partnership for the success of their child. And so knowing that we are in this together, and that we are going to, we're here for the same things. And so I think we have a lot of great events planned throughout the entire school year to have them there. Of course, we're a Title I school, and so we have lots of events planned after school, after work hours, to invite them and have them come there and see the awesome things their kids are doing and learn more about Dixie.
I love that. So speaking of Dixie, first 100 days, what are your top priorities?
I think it's building those relationships with the teachers and with the kids and with the parents. And so we have a lot of great events, again, like I said at the beginning, but just getting into the classrooms and seeing the awesome things that our kids are doing, our teachers are doing, and just making a plan with our teachers, with the leadership team, on how we can have the most success this school year. And so those first 100 days are critical for me, being in a new role, to just sit back and see and watch and hear, and just learn all the things that are going on, and how I can use my knowledge and my leadership to grow the great things that are happening at Dixie.
That's wonderful. What about a central theme or message for the year?
So our theme this school year is dreaming of the best year ever. And so coming in as my first year as a principal, that is my ultimate goal, is to have the best year for my teachers, for the kids, for the leadership team. I know Kim Simmons was the principal before, and there are big shoes to fill at Dixie Elementary. And so I am just dreaming of that perfect world where everything just comes together and we are all there, for the success of kids, and some amazing things that are going to take place. And then we're going to grow that every year.
Well, and looking ahead to the year, what are you most excited about?
I am really excited just about the people at Dixie. There are people that have been there 20 and 30 years that are legends. They are legacy there at Dixie. And so I'm excited to work alongside these teachers, these paras, our front office team. They're so knowledgeable of all the things, and I'm excited to learn about the Dixie way. And so that is so exciting to me, that there are just people that have laid the groundwork, and I'm excited to learn about the awesome things there.
Well, and I know one of your goals for the year is to just really embrace that leader in me mentality.
Absolutely.
Which, if you don't know what leader in me is, it's Franklin Covey, the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, but the kids version.
Yeah.
It's a district-wide initiative, but y'all are embracing that at Dixie as well.
We absolutely are, and we are so close to being a lighthouse, having that lighthouse status, so I'm super excited about that this year. We're expecting maybe October that we will have that status. And so I just feel like Leader in Me is a way of life. We are building leaders. We are building little adults that are going to go into the world, and they are the future. They are the future of our world. And so that mentality is just, it's critical in the school system. Just so we have lots of opportunities for kids to be leaders on a daily basis in the classroom, in the hallways, in the cafe, just everywhere they are. And we hope that they take that home too, and just out into our community and the things that they're doing.
Oh, I love that. Is there anything that you would like for those listening to this podcast to take away from today, or anything else that you would like to share that we haven't covered?
I am just excited for this new role. And again, like you said, I am learning, and I am eager, and I am ready to do great things at Dixie. I'm ready to take us to the next level. And so I'm excited about doing that with our parents and with our staff and our kids.
Well, congratulations again. Angel Thompson joining us, principal at Dixie Elementary School. And thank you for listening to this latest episode of Talks with Tyler ISD. If you would like to learn about more things all about Tyler ISD, you can always subscribe to our newsletter at get.tylerisd.news. Subscribe to Talks with Tyler ISD on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Please share this episode with your friends and family.